every time you start up your bike, do you tell the fellas that it's time to rock and ride?
No.
Or did you just not watch Biker Mice from Mars at all?
No, I very
What a rule.
very much
Because in this wild and woolly universe,
There's only
there are
three
three
things.
things you can trust,
Your
Chris.
bros
Your brains and
and
your
your bike. Biker Mice from Mars.
And your bifocals.
bifocals.
And the
Yes, we are
bioscope.
recording. This gets brought to you by Dion pushing the button.
Yay.
I'd subscribe to that.
I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no Burgermeister fine art,
Yeah.
Well,
Baumgartner.
to be fair, Dion's whole job is just strategically pushing buttons in the right order.
Yeah, it's real easy.
Fuck, anybody could do
Just
that.
yeah, just gotta push them buttons.
It's what's it? Anyone can be a writer.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's just pushing buttons like keys on a keyboard, getting them in the right order. That's the trick. Good times. All right. So what are we talking about today?
Who are we?
There were no trailers that came out
None.
at all, so
No.
we
No,
just...
Jason,
but also,
there
who
were.
are we?
Jason, there were several
Oh
trailers.
shit! I forgot the thing. We're at the CineBeards.
Oh shit! People were probably wondering that. Like, oh, I clicked on the CineBeards episode. Who's talking?
Who are these people who have not been talking before? I don't recognize them.
Well, to be fair, we do have a live studio audience.
We
this
do.
time.
Sound off.
The mics are not going to pick that up at all.
Yeah, no. We swear we have a live studio audience.
Yeah.
Believe
well,
for now.
If you can call that.
Soon it'll be a skeleton studio audience.
So... Endgame?
Huh?
What?
Oh, we can talk about that one first.
Why?
Oh, you want to build up to it?
No, well, I mean, okay, I guess we can get out of the way.
I mean, it
Dion's
was just
straining
another...
at his own words.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, guys, I don't know if that's got me hyped. I mean, it's just another trailer for one of those MCU movies,
Yeah.
you know?
I've
It's
only
like,
seen
Pushing their agendas and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've
agendas.
already seen 19 of them, or 20.
Yeah,
I don't
20.
really need to
I-
see more.
The thing is, like, the first 15 to 20 times I watched the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
like, blew my mind. But every time since then, it's only been, like, mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And really good
You're,
and giving
you're
me
starting
goosebumps.
to suffer immediately from the diminishing returns, and we haven't even seen the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how disappointing
I mean,
we're already.
you're just gonna sit there throughout the entire first act of Endgame, being like, "What? Oh, I know exactly what's gonna happen because they showed me everything in the
I saw
trailer."
these 3 to 4 seconds of the film.
Yeah,
I'm out.
of the
I'm done.
3 hour.
It's gonna be 3 hours.
3.
Obviously, we're being super
3
facetious.
hours.
In case that's not clear, Jacques, I
If
know
it's
you're
not
listening.
clear,
Look,
they should probably find another podcast.
if they're subscribed to us and they don't know that 90% of the time we're sarcastic, that's on them.
In fairness, if they subscribe to us and listen to us regularly, they don't exist.
Yeah.
No, Jacques does listen
Jacques
to every
listens
episode
to
and,
us.
and comments quite regularly too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thanks, Jock. Number
I'm
one
sorry
fan.
your life is in this state.
That's fair.
It's our fault. But yeah, no, good ass fucking
Oh
trailer.
my god, what a trailer.
Good.
And out of fucking
God,
nowhere.
they didn't announce it. They were like,
Yeah.
hey guys. It's
And
like,
it's just like that black and white, like the
That
black and white with like
saturation
the red,
thing.
yeah, with like the red coloring. It's just,
Yeah, because the suits at the end.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
fucking
just a bunch of suits now.
sexy.
They've just
They,
went all corporate.
go up to Thanos and just slap down this lawsuit.
Speaking of Thanos, absent in this trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they probably couldn't show more than just him walking through the field.
No,
and
but
they
like-
already used that.
But I'm
so.
just
because we
saying,
don't know what
it's
state he's in.
it's really distinct.
Yeah,
You know, like-
and like no, like there's just nothing. They don't fucking give. All you know is like obviously the obvious thing of like Hawkeye was all happy with his family, and then his family went,
and they went,
Yeah.
they got
Daddy, what?
Daddy, the consumption.
I got some ash into my handkerchief.
Surreptitiously puts it away.
Daddy, do I have the click?
God damn. But yeah, we don't know a lot, and
Yeah.
About anything,
About
really.
anything, really.
But also specifically about this
Yeah.
movie.
true.
Which I love. I just hope. I mean, it's very likely they won't, but I just hope they don't put out another trailer. The only reason I think they might, as I told Jason, is that they didn't do the whole tickets now available thing, and that's usually
Yeah.
what they do is like trailer, tickets now available.
Yeah, but that's usually like just a
Tickets-
short TV spot.
Tickets should go
no,
available.
Second trailer usually is the one where tickets go on sale.
Yeah, tickets should go on sale though at the beginning of April, like first week April
Yeah.
latest.
So I wonder if they'll like how they're going to do that because it obviously makes more sense for it to have a video attached.
I mean, tickets aren't going sale on then. Don't check.
Don't
check.
check.
Don't bother. You don't need to look.
Jason, you know my birthday's coming up, and I would really love to see Endgame. But like,
I was gonna take you regardless of your birthday. It wasn't gonna be a present.
oh, okay.
Well, now it is.
Hey-o!
Well, now he's ruined it. He's got to get there himself.
Oh man!
Joke's on you, boy.
Oh, my life is so bad. I feel like Thomas.
Just go watch it.
Wow, that is awful. Holy shit, I can't imagine how
we need to help him.
terrible. You guys need to help him right now. He is seconds away.
Seconds away from the...
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Okay, another Disney thing. Aladdin.
Aladdin. Much
Well,
better
wait.
trailer.
Before we go
Yeah,
into
yeah.
Aladdin, what we talked about in the car is, you know, the trailer for the other Avengers film, Infinity War, had a big lie in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dion actually brought this up to me.
Yeah, I
And-
said the same thing. Is like, because on the one hand, it's implied like, okay, cool, Tony's in space. He thinks he's gonna die, and then like Captain Marvel
Yes.
saves him somehow. But like him walking there with him in that suit, that could be the
That
fake
could be a
out.
big ass lie.
That could be Hulk in the Infinity War trailer.
That could very
The
much
only
be.
reason the only thing that makes me think they might not do it is Hulk being in the Infinity War trailer. Like that shot was custom made for the trailer.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
And
It's not
it's
in
like
the
shot
film
of
at all.
Spider-Man and Iron Man in the Spider-Man Homecoming
Yes.
trailer.
Yes.
Specifically made for the trailer, whereas like Tony being in the shot is part of like a broader ensemble shot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like
Why don't they
it
couldn't-
might be where like Hulk wasn't in the film, but it was like, oh, cool fake out. With this, like, if we get to that part of the film and Tony isn't there, I think people might have a different reaction. Yeah, but but if
and
there's
it would be a negative
yeah,
reaction.
that's the thing. If there is a fake out though, like that would be pretty spectacular.
Yeah, I don't know. Because we know from the Russo's Twitter account that all the footage in the trailers is allegedly from the first act.
Yeah, I
only.
wonder if but they also said the title isn't anything from Infinity War.
And that's a big lie.
And that was
Yeah,
a big ass
that
lie.
was also a big
and
ass
that
lie.
shot, like that shot of Cap. How is that shot of Cap?
Oh,
With the
with the shield.
How is that Act 1? How could that possibly be Act 1?
Flashback?
No.
Flashback?
Oh,
Flashback.
it
Also,
could
like
be.
Black Widow's hair changes colors a couple
Like
times.
3 times in the
Yeah.
trailer.
So yeah, yeah. It's-
Time travel shenanigans, guys. We've been
Definitely.
over this.
And yeah, definitely quantum realm
Oh,
shenanigans.
my two favorite shots when she's firing to the
Bam, 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 bam.
and then the immediate next shot of Cap tightening the armband on his
Yeah.
shield. Oh,
I want to know.
I'm gonna feel
I wonder
so
if-
bad for our poor boy when we take him to the theater.
He's gonna cry.
Yeah, well, he cries anyway. It's loud noises.
He's overstimulated.
I mean, remember in Infinity War, they had like one of the absolute final shots of the movie.
Yeah,
As
Tony like
Totally, like in the trailer. So yes, that shot of Cap. I don't know, man. It's just got me thinking.
It's got you thinking. It's got the beans working.
I love it, which is obviously exactly what they want. I love it so much.
Fuckers. Love them.
Love it so much.
love so much. Now can we talk about Aladdin?
Now we can talk about Aladdin,
Meh.
I guess.
Good trailer, not excited for the movie. Next.
No, well, it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's not immediate revulsion.
Yeah. I mean, it's a much better. I really like the color. I'm not sold on Jafar.
No,
I'm not sold on Will Smith.
I'm actively anti-Jafar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's not
anti-Genie Will
hashtag
Smith.
not my Jafar. Am I right, guys?
Yeah. Right. Sister.
The only casting that I'm kind of okay with, even though I don't understand it, seeing as
Raja.
Gilbert Godfrey is
Yeah.
still alive, is that Iago is being played by Alan Tudyk.
Yes.
Oh,
And
that's
Alan
cool.
Tudyk is a great voice actor.
He's
He
a
really
great
is.
voice actor, but
Why
Gilbert
did they just
Gottfried
get
was
Troy
iconic.
Baker?
Yeah, John Baker could probably
Why doesn't he
do
just
it.
do everything for everyone?
Just read up Jafar's
She's gonna
voice.
put Colin Hanks out of business. Colin Hanks is Tom Hanks' brother, who does like all the voiceover work for him in like the Toy Story TV shows and games and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
Oh,
because he sounds exactly like his brother, and Troy Baker's just gonna put him out of a job.
Nice. You're my brother now.
You've got a friend in me.
Colin Hanks is just crying in all these like press pictures.
Tom Hanks and his brother Troy Baker.
They sound
Like on
exactly
water
the
slides
same.
and things together. Mom and Pa Hancock.
Like just Sunday lunch, and you just see him at the window.
It's so cool.
Please let me use. Yeah,
But they did show off the two of the big musical numbers
they did.
in terms of audio, and then they showed the one in the kind of visual aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean it's
So
fine.
I mean, it looks like they are going definitely
Full
musical with it, not like they did with Jungle Book.
They're good.
yeah, it's good by me. Yeah, I just hope it's good. I just hope it's
Yeah.
not another fucking Beauty and the Beast.
Agreed.
Egregious.
Sorry, egregious.
Yes.
There we go. Shazam.
Shazam!
Shazam.
Shazam.
Oh, neither of you
Shazam.
did the transformation.
Oh.
I'm
That's,
way less cool.
I could. But
I've
I'm
never
not
met
gonna do it.
Digimon Honshu. Like,
But yeah, great trailer. Looking
great
forward to the
trailer,
movie.
fucking fantastic song choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely perfect.
And the little fake out when you think he's gonna say his name's Captain Marvel.
yeah.
His name's Captain Sparkly
Sparkles.
Fingers.
That's on my name!
Get him, Batman!
I like how even WB's now getting on the thing where it's like, hey assholes, this is for you.
This is for you, dickheads.
Well, look, the thing is, Zachary Levi is just perfect.
Perfect.
Absolutely great
For that
casting.
role, yeah.
Yeah, and like every time in the trailer, like in three trailers, we've seen like little bits more, and
Yeah.
there's never been a moment where like a bit of writing doesn't like completely he doesn't nail it.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a joke that's really fallen flat. Like
Yeah.
it all feels really
It's not
good.
like those sort of weird half jokes that they sometimes have, like, oh, we need a joke beat here, and it's like,
Hellboy.
Your
like,
finest
Hellboy.
beer,
yeah,
please.
I would like to purchase your finest beer, please.
And then
Of course.
so good. Love it.
Oh yeah, no,
Can't wait
I'm,
for that. When's it
I am
coming
excited
out?
for that.
4th of
It's
April,
coming
early April.
Yeah, early April.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna
Sixth of
crush
April?
Endgame. Yep.
It's,
I bet
it's
you-
gonna kill the MCU.
it's gonna kill
I
the
bet you
MCU.
for the
Says
first-
Screen
I bet
Rant.
you for the first 3 weeks of its release, Endgame isn't even gonna touch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Man,
it's gonna pull so far ahead, like Endgame.
it's gonna pull millions.
I
in.
feel so sorry for Hellboy.
I don't.
I don't.
Why?
I don't.
I'm sorry if they marketed from the beginning as what it is, great. But just that whole
Yeah, the
like,
lie.
horror,
The
oh
lie.
yeah, oh it's
heavy,
horror,
heavy practical
heavy
horror.
practical effects,
And like you're going into this, well, I was anyway expecting like pure Mike Mignola comic stuff, like the eldritch horror things that the BPRD goes on. Like that's what
But
I was
Thomas,
expecting.
Aspects of the trailer are things from the comics, and therefore you're not allowed to criticize it at all.
Yeah.
You guys just don't read comics. No. No. Nope. No.
As a visual gag, but I still have to cut that.
Just burn the recording.
It's cursed now. Thanks a lot, Marcus.
Thanks, Mark.
Oh, I'm
Marcus,
sorry.
you fucking
Fucking
bagel grinder.
bagel grinder.
God, stop it, you guys! You're really hurting my feelings. Where were we? Hellboy?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I think we already spoke about
We
that.
did.
No, we
Yeah,
did,
we did.
but it's like we're
simmering.
smack dab in the middle of those two.
Oh really?
Oh,
Rest
it's
in
gonna.
peace.
It's going to die.
die.
Is it really coming out that soon?
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's not gonna. I don't think it's. I think Shazam's
It's
gonna go
coming out
above
a-
projections, and I think Hellboy's gonna crash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shazam is 5th of April, Hellboy is 12th.
I hope.
Rip in peace.
No, this is a fucked up thing to say because I'm a really big Hellboy fan, but I fucking hope it crashes.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
Thing
'cause
is,
this
as much
looks
as I
a
like
piece of shit.
the lead actor, yeah, like, honestly, there is no reason in this universe they couldn't finish the trilogy with
No.
Ron Pullman. Like, there's no reason not to. They wanted to. and then it's like, nah,
They just
it's
didn't.
cool. We
And
we
they
have to
had a
reboot
solid
it.
And-
trilogy set out from the start.
And Guillermo was hyped.
Yeah,
and
they were
fucking
all fucking on board. Ron
Ron
Perlman's
has been
super on board.
campaigning
The-
for years.
I think the big sticking point was old Magnolia.
Yeah.
Like, because Guillermo wanted it to die, well, wanted it to end with Hellboy's death.
Yeah, and Mignola was like, no.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to kind of cut into what I'm doing with the comics and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but he's not
What
even going to be
basket.
writing the comics anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
He's stopping.
What a cunt.
But you could kill characters in movies all the time,
then
and
bring them
it doesn't
back.
affect the source material.
No. The problem is like it would be unheard of for a comic book character to die
In
and
their
then somehow
franchise.
come back.
Yeah.
It,
It's never happened.
it
No.
can't happen. It's impossible.
It definitely wasn't popularized in the X-Men.
Nope. It's
No.
yeah. It's just something that kind of. So I guess he
Loki
made the
definitely
right call.
hasn't died 3 times at least in the MCU.
No, those were all fake outs, Marcus.
Those were all subversions of your expectations.
Yeah,
And they were the
done
right
right.
way to do it.
like
Stop.
you.
You know what? Just because of that, Thomas, you get to talk about the Doom trailer.
Just because of that, Thomas. Okay, tell us how great you thought the trailer was.
Yes, Thomas.
I
You told us all
I
that
think you were the only one of the
loved
4
it.
of us that was really excited, and you were like, I mean, you had die tattooed on your forearm. I just.
Die! Tell me what to do! I don't know what to do!
I don't know. Tell me what to do. I don't know.
Die. And then that awesome tweet.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we are not.
We don't need a Doom guy!
Oh, I thought you meant where the Bethesda Doom was like.
No.
Put a card. It's not like we are not involved.
But yes,
We're
also
not
that. Okay,
affiliated.
so
Yeah.
the Doom, what's it called? Annihilation, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that trailer came out. Doom, Bethesda came out, and they were like, this isn't
Nope.
us. We
Nope.
have nothing to do with this. And then
They should just pin that tweet.
we got just for posterity. And then Doom Annihilation was like, who needs a Doom guy?
That's like, if you got the goods to back it up,
Yeah, if you can talk,
By
you
all-
can talk trash. If
you can walk the war. But the thing is,
But
what
that
I also don't
student
understand.
film made by the Asylum Productions.
What I also don't understand is like, there's automatically gonna be a bit of backlash if you've got like a woman cast in the role of
As
So
the
you
why
guy.
try Garner more?
But
Y-
yeah,
yeah,
like
why go for
stoke
it?
that fire, and B, why cast a woman who is very clearly like tiny? There are plenty of like strong, athletic women who can be like a
Fucking
believable
hype-ass.
demon slayer.
You mean all of the women in the military?
yes? So you
Or
go
just
and
get one of
cast-
those like even on a physical level, like get one of those MMA fighters.
Yeah.
Like if they've
don't
got
even
Like
need
a
you don't
Ronda
even need
Rousey
an-
type.
You don't even need an MMA fighter. Like Gal Gadot does not look like an MMA fighter, but
And
she was
she's-
in the army for like fucking years.
and she's physically quite big
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, she's
And
tall.
the thing is, the problem is like Wonder Woman is sort of a superhero.
Yes.
Captain Marvel, superhero. They've both sort of been imbued with these magical powers. It's within the logic of the universe. Within the universe of like that they're constructing, this looks very much like this is a military force that recruits doomslayers, like human beings.
Well, it's very much clearly
Yeah.
a kind of almost continuation of the ideas in the first.
The-
show.
the Rock-
So if you're then
Johnson
going to
one.
cast like an extremely petite woman in that role who just looks comical in this oversight, like at least if you have to go with that casting, design the
Make
armor.
your sets better.
Yeah, and design the armor that it suits
Doesn't
the
look like
person.
chunky
Oh, and just
hockey arm.
She
scale
could
down
use
the
some
weapons
really-
just ever
Yeah.
so slightly so it doesn't look like she's a little action
Yeah,
figure
It's like
holding
she could use a lot
full-size
of
gun.
short extras.
She could use some
And
short
cotton.
extras from the short
She should
list.
go ask. Yeah, she should go ask Tom Cruise
Website
for
under
help.
construction.
Yeah,
No,
I
but-
don't know. It feels like they went absolutely the wrong way in every conceivable
I like
way.
how the zombies are from the Resident Evil 1 movie,
Yeah.
Yes.
but like shittier.
Yeah.
Everything looks like an Asylum movie, and for
Yeah.
those who don't know what Asylum movies are, go what they make. They make the mockbusters. That
Snakes
come
on a
out.
train. Transmorphers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they make those, and like at first they were quite fun because there's
They
B
didn't know
grades
they
and-
were bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now they do, and they make a mockbuster to come out and release in the same week as the major league films.
Oh, wow.
So like when Geostorm came out, they had one that came out called Global Storm, and like
No, Global Storm was actually the good form. Geostorm is the...
oh shit, fuck yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah,
that's the one.
Actually, if you watch them side by side, it's very difficult.
It's like
30
looking in a
Rock-
mirror.
It's like that 30 Rock thing where they do like where it's like Weird Al's parody.
Oh,
of songs,
you
and then
need
they
normal
that's like
albums.
that's the reverse parody. It's like
reverse.
that.
Heart so proud. Heart so
Daddy
proud.
makes my- Like where they actually put out a really good
good
form
song.
to sort of reverse Geostorm.
But nothing could.
Nah.
So yeah,
The only thing that powerful would be one Gerard Butler.
the production design just looks like they had no fucking money. The whole thing looks like they had absolutely no money.
They didn't have any money. Remember, the rights to Doom like fell into limbo like right after that movie in 2004 came out.
Good
and
old Dwayne.
and I'm pretty sure one production company held it, and then they were liquidated, and
Well, the
someone
first
picked it
one
up
was
for like
made by
$5.
Universal. I think the
And
Dwayne.
the thing
The
is,
Rock
I mean,
one's
it's
made by
also to
Universal.
direct to home video thing.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh, look, there's only one set of rights that Universal is really, really clinging to, and that's
Fast and
Hulk.
Furious.
No, Hulk. Because,
Oh, yeah.
that whole
Yeah, they
debacle.
can't make a solo film.
Yeah.
It's not like they're gonna make one. What the fuck is their problem?
Wet
Well,
blankets.
they want the deal that Sony got.
They want that money.
Oh yeah, good luck to them.
Yeah.
Definitely, Hulk is definitely.
Big ticket item. People want to know.
definitely Solo Hulk films, just historically blockbusters.
Yeah.
I liked Eric Banner though.
My favorite thing with the rights is the 98? Was it 98? 99 Godzilla.
Yes,
yeah.
Roland Emmerich's
Yeah.
1999
This is
Godzilla.
one of my favorite facts.
Yeah, that the actual Japanese company behind Godzilla bought the rights to the likeness of Zilla, as they call him, just so they could put him in a Godzilla movie and fuck him up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so.
What was that, the End War or something?
I think it's Godzilla End War. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
Godzilla
something like
End War. It's like where they've got all the Godzillas.
They've got everybody. They got
all the
fucking
Godzillas,
everybody
like
in there.
regular, mecha, all of them.
And Zilla just
And then
gets...
Zilla gets like
The funniest thing is
bitch slapped.
in that movie you see how tiny Zilla is compared
Yeah.
to Godzilla. And like "Meh," and they made him look even more emaciated in the film. So it's like almost
Well,
like
he's fallen a
Zilla's
million
female.
times. He never got
it's a
any
caricature.
sequels.
Actually, they reproduce asexually.
No, but in Emmerich's movie,
Dude, I bet.
she is said to be female.
Yeah, they find the eggs at the end.
Oh right, she's pregnant.
It's set up for the
For the sequel, because
On ice.
That went real well.
Yeah, real well.
isn't Jean Reno in that movie?
Yeah. Jean Reno is in that movie.
Fucking hell.
Wasn't Jean Reno also in one of the Onimusha games?
Could have just been Troy Baker.
Could have just been Troy
Probably.
Baker. On to the next trailer.
Well, on the topic of Troy Baker,
Yes.
Batman vs Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Even though
Yeah.
he's clearly not versus them for
yeah.
the whole movie.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously,
He's
I
probably
mean, like
vers-
these things have a formula.
Yeah.
You know how it's gonna go, but I'm down.
Fucking
I'm
sick
down.
ass synthy soundtrack in
Yeah,
there.
dude.
Yeah.
I like
I'm down for the whole thing.
I like the design of the turtles in this
Yeah.
one. It
They're
actually-
very clearly inspired by
Yeah.
the current
Everything
cartoon
I'm
run
just
of the
super
Turtles.
blown away by how much like Kevin Conroy Troy Baker
Yes,
sounds.
I would never have known. Not
If
in
I
a
hadn't
million
checked the
years.
IMDb, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
Super
known.
If I hadn't literally just watched a Kevin Conroy Batman before watching that trailer, I would never have known.
No,
It's super impressive.
I've been watching Batman the Animated Series again
No.
because of, why the hell wouldn't I? So I'm pretty familiar again with Kevin Conroy's nuances, and even I thought that was Conroy.
I mean, like,
Impressive.
yeah, it's crazy.
What were you saying when somebody asked how to get into the voice acting business?
Oh yeah, that's a
was
very
really-
famous
Yeah, no, that wasn't me.
exchange. It was it was at one of the Comic Cons.
Yeah, it's just like wait for Troy
That's like-
Baker and Nolan North to retire.
Yeah. No, that was
Troy
actually
Baker was asked directly. He's just like,
Yeah.
wait for Nolan North and I to retire.
No,
So
no,
die,
no.
wasn't it?
No, he said.
I think it's die or
no,
retire.
No, it was like, here's what you do. You practice.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
You get a good microphone, and then you wait for Nolan North and I to die.
I mean, based
got-
on that performance
Yeah.
and how many people Nolan North voiced in MGS5, I mean,
Didn't he just do
Or in
everyone?
all of video games.
yes, forever.
I think the only hope for other voice actors is like indie games that can't afford.
Oh.
That's basically it.
No, but here's the thing: Troy Baker is such a nice guy. If he likes the look of your game, he will lend his voice at a discounted rate. No,
That guy's the worst.
What an asshole. Okay, so I think that's all the trailers. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's been the CineBeards. I don't think there's any other news for us to possibly talk about.
No news whatsoever.
But Dion, what about the sequel to Bohemian Rhapsody that they're planning?
Wait, what?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
apparently they're
fuck
very
you.
strongly considering.
No, fuck you. Fuck you.
Does
Dion
fuck
is
the production
overjoyed.
company.
Does Freddy's AIDS get cured? Like,
Well, there's still like probably the 6 most interesting years of his life left.
and how
but
how
they're
and
gonna
how-
really
and how
know.
It's
faithfully
literally
do you
like-
think that's gonna be represented?
Not at all. Not in the fucking least.
What? But you know,
But
why would you
biopics
think
don't
that?
get sequels.
Why would you? Yeah, no, that's fucking bizarre. That is.
That's the most bizarre thing to me. Is like, I've never heard of a biopic getting a sequel.
In fairness, I've never heard of.
Unless you think about
I've never heard of a
Godfather.
biopic like. Okay, in fairness, I don't watch that many of them because I hate them. But like, just randomly like leaving out the most interesting parts of the subject's life.
Don't
It's
you
like,
have
no,
all of it?
it's like, oh, we're gonna make a Stephen Hawking like biopic, and it's gonna feature his rowing career at Oxford, and then like a period in the early 2000s where he didn't really publish very much. And,
It's really compelling stuff.
and
It's really about the human
done.
element.
Yeah, I love it.
Fucking hell.
Jesus.
So if I
That
see
being
if
said,
I
though,
see
First Man.
one more like social media post in my feed about how brilliant and amazing Bohemian Rhapsody is, I'm
I
gonna
actually see very little. Like,
Yeah,
I follow
I
their
love
people
it.
And
you-
to be honest, I would take those over the because of our fucking last episode that we did. I got a YouTube notification. Oh, this video is up. Captain Marvel dropped 77%.
I saw
It was
that.
all-
yeah.
I saw
And it's
that.
like,
Which is inaccurate. Because
It's
even
it's not
just
only-
the American box office
not
was
only-
a 69% Friday to Friday drop.
Yeah, not only was it like super inaccurate, it was it's completely in line with like the actual drop is
Yeah.
completely in line with like
With normal
Infinity
drops.
War and Winter Soldier, and it's like
yeah.
You don't have
but
to-
it's a
you don't
failure.
have-
People are hating
No,
it.
You
no,
don't
but-
have to
but if
present
you-
a correct narrative. You just have to twist the facts to suit your
and
narrative.
also there's a lot of videos that I've been clicking not interested on
Yep.
about how Disney are buying tickets to the movies because like my cinema was empty, therefore
yeah.
Disney's buying tickets.
my
they're lying
cinema
about
in-
the numbers because that's easier to do.
But-
There's no industry watchdogs that would pick that up instantly.
No,
Insider trading
because
is
my,
not a
no,
thing.
because my cinema in bumfuck nowhere with shitty 3D and broken sound was empty besides me. Therefore, Disney are buying tickets. It's not like people are, I don't know, shelling out for a better viewing
But
experience.
it's also the people who said they were going to boycott the movie who were like, I went there and it was empty. I saw it. I seen it.
I seen it. I seen how empty it was.
How did you boycott it and then also see that it
I
was
snuck
empty?
in. I broke the law.
I'm
Come
just-
get me,
I'm
police.
just- at
You
the
know,
end of
those
the day,
people are
I'm
just okay.
Yeah, I'm just glad it's just crushing
It's
it.
just crushing.
Did you see what Sam Jackson said? He was in an interview and he was asked like,
Oh,
you know, you're facing a lot of
Yeah.
backlash because of what you're saying, like in interviews and stuff like that about, you know, representation and all of that.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna
so
read
good.
Please
Please
you what he
do.
it's fucking amazing.
I've watched a couple of his interviews from the press tour, and it's just like he doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He's like, they're like, oh, did you like what they were doing with your de-aging? Did you give any feedback? Like, they don't ask us anything.
They just fucking
And it's
do
like
it.
he's
Professionals.
talking about like he gives the director 3 takes, and that's it. They can play around with it in editing. That's all he gives them. And then every now and then they'll ask me to do something specific, like try it a different way. He's like, sometimes it'll be like, nah.
Yeah, fuck you.
He just,
No.
he just doesn't give a shit. Yes, read it.
It's great.
It's fucking amazing. I know how many motherfuckers hate me. I'm never gonna see a Sam Jackson movie again. Fuck, I care. If you never went to another movie I did in my life, I'm not gonna lose any money. I already cashed that check. Fuck you. Burn on my videotapes. I don't give a fuck. You're an actor, stick to acting. No, motherfucker, I'm a human being that feels a certain way. And some of the shit does affect me. Because if we don't have healthcare, shit, and my relatives get sick, they're gonna call my rich ass. I want them to have healthcare. I want them to be able to take care of themselves. That's how I feel.
It's amazing.
Fucking brilliant. Fuck, I care.
Fuck, I give a shit about.
I didn't catch that shit.
I got paid. Fuck you.
So great. He doesn't give a shit.
Love you, Sam Jackson.
Absolutely fucking brilliant.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh man.
Oh, on the whole outrage thing, that small little bit of cancer that you shared, Dion, with Frank Oz.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Actually, before that to Chris quickly.
Recap it for the listeners.
All right.
Oh, yeah, you can just
oh,
read
actually,
it-
I'll just
read
read
it
it
as-
off here.
yeah.
I'll just read it off here. Here's your daily dose of cancer. Frank Oz saying, obviously someone saying that something Yoda did was out of character, and Frank Oz saying, I kind of have pretty intimate knowledge of who Yoda is, and I don't feel it was out of character at all. To which a
To
fan
wit,
replied,
to wit.
a fan called Star Wars the First Gen.
Star Wars, the
first
first
gen.
gen.
Many of the fans spent far more time with this character than you did. You spent months working on him. We've spent years immersing ourselves in his various incarnations. And remember, how art is intended by the artist is rarely how that same art is received by the audience. Take that, Frank Oz.
Take that, Frank Oz.
You've
What
only
do
been working
you
on
know
this
about
character-
creating things?
You've only
Yes.
been working on this character for 40 odd years.
Maybe if he knew about as much of his character as, you know, Mark Hamill did.
Maybe if he was more of a fan, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. More a fan of his own work.
What do you think, live studio audience?
Fucking ridiculous. I don't care what our live studio audience thinks. He...
You know, people are gonna think we're making up the fact that we have a live studio audience. If he just keeps
Say
using
boo himself.
sound clips.
He had to get some kind
had to get
of
sound
sound clip on his phone. What you're hearing in the background there is our studio audience's Tinder.
Yeah.
Noise.
Nice. Sick burn. Alright.
What's... Is it...
What's he doing?
Is that
What the
drum?
fuck is he doing? Who
I
let
have
this
no
guy
idea.
in here?
I don't know. Personally, I would
He's
allow
worse
him
than
in my
fucking
house,
Maddox with his sound ports in his podcasts.
So, yeah, what else is there?
Fuck. I had the thing. Oh, we have yet another reason to hate Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Do we need more?
Because
But, like, hook me
the
up.
failure of Fantastic is the primary reason that the Channing Tatum Gambit movie never went forward.
That is fucked
Oh,
up.
sure. Of course that's the only reason.
No, not the only, the primary.
Oh, sure, that's the primary reason.
That's
Like the studio was fuck. We're not putting anything in superhero movies.
Yeah,
We
it's
see how terribly it does.
we can't bank on Channing Tatum. It's not like he's a well-known star that people love watching.
I
Because
mean,
Josh Trank fucked up a Fantastic movie. And
Well,
that's our story,
to
and
be
we're
fair,
sticking
like
to it.
Fantastic
To be fair.
killed. To be fair,
To be fair.
Fantastic did kind of kill Kate Mara's career.
But that was fair though. That's fair though.
I mean,
Have
you
you
don't go on
watched-
screen.
Was bound to happen.
Like, have you watched
don't
that?
go on screen and say, I love Portishead, and expect to have a career after that.
that is true. It's like trying to have friends after admitting you're a Kevin Hart fan.
Yeah, it's just not happening.
Speaking of
Yeah.
people's careers, there's that one other small, insignificant piece of news.
Yeah.
Oh, do we have to talk about that? I thought we could skip that one because
Yeah, like it's not really on
it's
brand
minor.
for us, but I
Yeah.
mean, like let's sort of step outside our comfort zone.
All right, outside of the house.
James Gunn getting rehired.
Oh, I did see some small something
Small
about that.
little-
Nah.
Just a little.
Do we have, like,
it didn't make
independent
any headlines in any of the
at
things I look at.
all?
We definitely didn't talk about it at length.
Yeah, definitely not.
Holy shit,
wait.
James Gunn got rehired. That was so fucking
yes,
great.
dude. I was like, because we went and watched Captain Marvel.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did again.
And then we came out of the cinema, and it's like going home. Like, I'm gonna take my cat for a walk. La la la. Checking through my Twitter, and then someone, I think like Boss Logic or someone posted like this thing, and then I saw like a quote from James Gunn. I'm like,
He hasn't tweeted in years.
yeah, like
months.
what's going on? What the fuck's going on? Like, Twitter, tell me! And then
Twitter told you.
Twitter told me, and I was
And then you told
so
us.
happy, and I was like, and I
Yeah.
ran. I told Martine, and she's like, ah!
Yeah,
Man.
but you were very right about their strategic announcement of
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Yep. It's like Captain Marvel, just like
Knocked it out of the park.
Crushed
Captain Marvel
it.
breaking box office records.
put out the Endgame trailer. Like they could do anything now. They could commit genocide, and we'd all be like, well, let's not rock the boat.
Let's wait. Guys, let's wait for Endgame, though.
Yeah,
Like-
we're untouchable. And apparently, like, according to Movie Bob and others, like, the rumor is that this deal has been sealed for months. And they were just waiting for the Fox
Did you
merger
say
to be.
Sean Gunn posted something
Yeah,
cheeky?
he also like in an interview,
He's
he
al-
just
but
gave
he's
us-
always
they asked
cheeky.
him about it, and he just gave this knowing smile a couple of weeks back. He's like, I just got a feeling everything's just gonna work out.
Everything's just gonna be okay.
Everything's just gonna work out fine. Like, he's just like this knowing smile, which is wonderful. But yeah, apparently the rumor is it's been locked down months ago.
Yeah, they didn't,
and-
apparently
and
didn't
they were
even
waiting
bother
for-
interviewing other people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
I
waiting
read
for
that. I'd
the Fox deal to be finalized, which it is now. So they were literally just waiting for that.
It was just really great to go on Twitter and see all the people that were supporting him the whole time. Just be
Yeah.
like, fucking yeah, like Taika Waititi, like, what the hell? I thought I was doing it.
Yeah.
So great.
It's just
Yeah,
so
but
good.
yeah, I loved that. It's like, oh god damn it! I
So
wanted to do
I'm
it.
just so excited. It's
Yes.
just, can you imagine what the first day on that set is gonna be
Oh,
like?
jubilation.
And earlier in the year when they were trying to like downplay what James Gunn was doing for the cosmic side of the MCU.
But it was, I think, like, if sort of it went down the way people are saying it went down, then like, he was fired, and then like they sort of waited a while, negotiated this sort of deal with the requirement, that he just sort of keep it on the down low, wait for this deal to go. That is sneaky as fuck.
That is
It's
fucking
great, though.
underhanded.
I love it.
Oh, it's Disney.
And I'm so happy Movie Bob finally got to take the rehired
The
James
James
Gunn
Gunn
out of
office.
his Twitter name.
But I still want to know. Like, I actually want to read more about this because I want to know what the repercussions, like the full repercussions, were for Alan Horn, who like initiated the initial firing. Like, do you think we'll ever find out if he had anything to do with the rehiring?
Yeah, apparently it was with like there was.
Yeah, there was like extensive
Ole.
extensive meetings with him apparently.
Yeah. And yeah, like I doubt. I mean, why would they be
Look,
repercussions?
if
It's
anything,
just like
the only repercussion will be he gets a bigger bonus because he got James Gunn back.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's just
I'm sorry, James.
it also makes
You want
it also
more money?
The thing is, Disney's primary directive is protect Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shareholder. So you have to, if something like that comes up and you're like, your brand is kid-centric, you have to do something, right? These old tweets, even though you'd apologize for them and you disown them, all that stuff, you have to do something. So the logical thing is like, you fire him.
Wait for
If
it
you
to
need-
die down.
Yeah, you wait for it to die down. Also, I think the fact that that Brightburn's coming out with zero controversy, that he got
Yeah.
hired for Suicide Squad
And people
2.
were over the moon.
Yeah, with zero controversy. That's also
It's kind of cleared his slate, isn't it?
yeah. That's the thing for Disney is it's like, okay, cool. The overall like the primary sort of feeling towards James Gunn is positive, and there's a small vocal minority that doesn't want him doing films.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think it paid off that strategy.
Yeah, like apparently, I heard from people on set and stuff. Apparently, Vin Diesel was also like fully on board with just not returning if James Gunn didn't, and
Nice.
was apparently fucking ecstatic this weekend.
That's good.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice.
That feels good.
That's nice. It's just so cool. Like, I just love thinking back to all the tweets I've seen over the months where people are like, "Oh, just drop it now. He's gone. He's not coming back. It's not happening. La, 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 la. He fucked up." And now he's doing Suicide Squad and
Victory!
Guardians.
Speaking of Suicide Squad, we've got our
list.
squad member list.
Oh yeah.
Do we?
Yep, we do.
Do we have the? Is that the official one now?
Yes.
It is not the full official list, but it is members of the squad.
It is
Okay.
confirmed, man.
So yeah, confirmed members of the squad. It doesn't include Harley Quinn, but we do know that Margot Robbie is confirmed to return for the movie. So it's
Yeah.
Okay.
we can safely say that she is still a part of it.
Nothing safe about that, but yeah.
Nothing safe about that.
Nothing safe about Harley Quinn.
So the ones that we know it will feature are Peacemaker,
Yeah.
Polka Dot Man, the Rat Catcher, and very, very luckily, and Marcus will be very excited about this, King Shark.
King Shark!
Fucking King Shark.
It's
King
playing,
Shark
it's
boy!
playing like fucking Lego Batman.
Yeah. I fucking love King Shark. I just fucking love King Shark for no reason. I
Well,
just
other
love
than
King
King
like
Shark.
that is fucking badass.
Well, yeah. And
it's gonna
maybe
look fucking
it's because
cool.
he reminds me. I think it's because
Does it
he
reminds you of Street Sharks?
reminds me of Street Sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in like the good way, where it's like, oh, the Street Sharks were cool. Not that way where like
I think the Street Sharks were cool.
the Street
Well,
Sharks are
don't
not
forget
cool
he's also
anymore.
a demigod because he's technically the son of the shark god. So,
Yeah.
He's got superpowers.
I mean, this is not a silly movie. It's dark and it's
It's
gritty.
dark and gritty.
I can't wait to see what he's doing, and I'm even more excited about it now, knowing that he gets to do Guardians 3
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah. Apparently, Batista's going to be Peacemaker, not King Shark. Although he'd be pretty great for King Shark.
He'd be great for King Shark.
He'd be great for King
I think
Shark.
I think it's a
It'd be
bit too
great for King
similar in
Shark.
terms of characterization as well.
Yeah.
Like I think it's too close, Drax and King Shark. I think they might not necessarily in terms of writing or in terms of character, but in terms of perception. Like, oh, it's a big guy and it's
I'm sure,
prosthetics
like,
and-
Well,
I
a
have
big,
full
big
trust in his
guy
casting.
full of violence is basically what Peacemaker is.
Yeah.
Because he's a dude, quote unquote, so dedicated to peace that he's willing to kill for it.
Sounds like Batman.
Well,
And
yeah,
it's Batman,
it sounds-
Batman as I've
sounds
come
like
to know him
Batfleck,
over
yeah.
the last 4
no,
years.
oh, yeah. I'm gonna. I had to take my glasses off for this as a
so
visual
you could
gag.
gesture quite
So
nicely.
I could gesture.
Oof. That's
So
authoritative.
what we have to remember is King Shark's name is what, Nanuo
Yeah.
or something like that.
Nanue?
Nanue something. It's of Polynesian origin.
Right? Because
Yeah.
it's a Pacific Island.
Uh-oh.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Do you think?
Scarlett Johansson.
No,
Yes!
Nailed it.
no, but The Rock, that would be fucking amazing. I didn't think about that, but imagine the backlash. Where the representation backlash of, oh no, they cast a white guy as King Shark. Because someone's gonna bring that up.
Yeah, if it happens, absolutely. They will.
Yeah, but then apparently they can just cast a Korean guy and it's fine.
Yeah. Just cast a Korean guy where you're meant
We
to have a
don't know the
Japanese
difference.
person. Who knows?
Because, no, I still say Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Or Scarlett Johansson on top of The Rock in a
In trench coat.
Two Scarlett Johansons on top of each
No,
other.
A
you know what?
Scarlett
Fuck
Johansson
it.
bot on top
Oh
of a
no,
Scarlett
no,
Johansson.
no,
have
you
to
know
have
who should
a-
play
you'd have to
King
have
Shark?
Scarlett Johansson on top of Andy Serkis.
No. Other way around. Other way around.
Yeah.
Other way around.
Andy's always on top. But it should just be Taika Waititi.
It should.
should.
I mean, can you just imagine?
I can fucking.
I
picture it.
can.
You
I
can, and
imagine.
it sounds amazing. And James Gunn's the kind of scamp that would do something like that.
I'm in.
He is a scamp.
He
What
is
a scam.
He is a
I mean,
whippersnapper.
you've seen his tweets.
I didn't wait when I went down to get the stack. I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it for the mission. I was just being a rascal.
So we forgot to talk about this, and Jason's gonna.
No, we're definitely recording this
No,
at the
we're
same
recording
like
this at
what
the
you're
same
listening
time.
to at the moment. We recorded this at
It's
the
all
same
concurrent.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Time
It's
is
not
a
like
flat
it's not like
rule.
Jason had to
They-
edit this in somewhere awkwardly.
Nope. at
No,
all.
not at all.
In the middle of a
I mean, it's not like I'm going to stop it right now just to show Thomas like a meme.
Yeah. That's not even a
Bird
meme.
plane.
A meme.
It's a meme. Jesus. You're playing MGS5 now. Get on
I
board.
just
I've
love
seen
the
that
last
meme.
panel.
I hate it.
So,
Studio audience,
Studio
react.
audience, react to this bird plane.
I hate it.
I hate it.
I hate it.
All right.
Almost as much as I
so-
hate the fact that Ezra Miller thinks he can write a movie.
I love the
What?
fact that he
Marcus,
has to
tell us
write a
about it.
movie. I love that he has to write it.
So
because it's
Jason tried to core us or prank us or something earlier in the week, and it wasn't a fever dream. Apparently, Esmerilla,
Esmerilla.
Esmerilla,
Marilla.
Esmerilla is writing or co-writing the Flash movie that's never coming
Esmerilla
out.
is desperately trying to write a Flash movie script with Grant Morrison
Which is
to
the
try
most
and
bizarre
keep
sentence
his
I've
job.
ever heard in my life.
because his contract ends in May, and he doesn't really agree with the Homecoming directors who are now directing the Flash movie.
So he doesn't agree with good directors that are going to take the franchise in a good direction.
Yeah, he did say that he wants it to be more dark and gritty.
Why? It's the fucking Flash.
Well, the thing is, that's worked out super well so far creatively.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, the track record speaks for itself.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It's the equivalent of that thing they do in pop music where they run out of ideas for the song, so they just take the final chorus and then they repeat it a
just
semitone.
upkey.
They push it up a semitone. It's the equivalent of that. It's like, well, we don't know what to do. Then it's just like the more dark and gritty button. Just like hit that one.
More dark.
Oh, cool. That's a direction we can take it in. That's our elevator pitch for it, and we don't have to put any thought or effort in whatsoever.
Did you see that still from BoJack Horseman? Where it's like Zack Snyder explains his masterpiece. The darkness is a metaphor for darkness!
Oh, man.
So yeah, no, Jason's right. I'm glad this is the chopping block he's placed himself on, because there's no way he can get out of it.
Yeah.
Because
And like, how are they gonna make the bumbling Jewish boy cliche, semi-comedic character like more dark and gritty?
He's gonna eat bacon.
Very famously, he's gonna trip and fall. He's gonna be like, whoa!
the bongo
Eat
noises.
bacon.
Or like he's gonna like run through a farm and like pigs are just gonna be exploding, and it's gonna show in slow mo little drops of their blood getting into his mouth, and he's like, no.
And then it gets depowered because, you know.
Wait, is that what the Speed Force is?
Yeah.
She.
It's just kosher.
Judaism is the
Kashrut.
Speed Force.
Kashrut is the term for it when it's in that form.
In what form?
Just
In
fucking,
the Speed Force form.
just fucking learn something for once,
Speed
Dion.
Force.
Okay, I do my best to understand your crazy Afrikaans culture, and you can't do this one thing. Fucking embarrassing.
In what form is it?
Fucking embarrassing.
Fucking embarrassing.
He's not explaining. What form is it?
Well, kosher describes like something can be kosher, but the
Yeah.
whole idea of things being kosher is referred to as kashrut.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, okay.
So this.
The overarching.
So
Yeah.
the Speed
thing.
Force would have to.
The Speed Force is kashrut.
Why didn't
The
they just
Speed Force
call
would
it
have to be
like
kashrut.
kosherness?
So should I just tell Ezra Miller what to do exactly
Yeah.
to make sure the movie gets made?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Okay. So, hey Ezra, here's how you write it, right? I'm actually going
Pulling
to
up your notes.
I'm pulling up my notes here because this is
Because
very
it was a flash in the pan.
a flash in the
A
pan
flash
of
of
brilliance.
flash in the pan.
A
In a
flash
bottle
of
of
brilliance
lightning.
in a bottle of
About
lightning or
flash.
flash in the pan.
Okay.
Pan fried flash.
I just want to interject here and say that the the Avengers Endgame trailer has been viewed 268 million times
Didn't it come
across
out-
all
didn't
platforms
it come
in
out-
24 hours.
A day ago?
Yeah, in 24 hours it was viewed 268.
Wow, that's gotta
million
break some
times.
kind of record.
The sound barrier.
Oh, my record!
You fucking idiot! I hate you guys so much.
Why can't I find my notes?
You're all a bunch of fucking bagel grinders.
Anyway, so basically,
Misler.
Misler. Here's what you do, right? You write it as a colorful, slightly comedic, like take on the Flash. Think of like the Flash TV show, but with actual production budget and more color. You know?
More color.
More color.
That
More
sounds like
color.
more than none.
Yeah,
which is a bit out the
take some
wheelhouse,
cues from Shazam, which is going to do very well for WB, right?
we think.
Make it. It is. It fucking better.
No,
Jesus,
look,
I
it's got
I
a
don't
white
want to
male
be
lead, so it's not
disappointed.
pushing the agenda, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
you got me there.
Anyway, and have the Flash, like I don't know, trying to thwart a big jewel heist plot put into action by Captains Cold and Boomerang. And yes, you can recast Captain Boomerang because
I mean,
Do you really want to put Jai Courtney in another movie?
he actually worked as Boomerang, and
Yeah,
probably the best part of
and-
Suicide
I was gonna
Squad.
say the problem is like that's mostly context.
Yeah. I mean, it's comparatively he did good.
Yeah. So anyway, have him fight. Have the whole thing like take place. He stops the heist. Have a big Act 3 like fight sequence where he just runs really fast and maybe punches them a couple of times.
Nice.
Then for the epilogue of Act 3, have like a montage where you see him doing super well. You know, he's fighting like all his rogues gallery in like little snippets in a montage. It fast forwards for like a year. It ends with the Flash Museum opening and everyone in Central City loving the Flash. Fade to black. End of movie.
Okay, but how's that dark and gritty?
Oh, this is how it's dark and gritty. Post-credit scene.
He gets cancer. And it's
Super
real
cancer.
fast.
You get.
The description of cancer being fast.
It's real fast.
It's real fast. Metastasizing like a motherfucker. But back to your thing.
That would be pretty good. But no, he wakes up. Turns out the whole movie was a dream. He was in a coma because he tripped and fell down some steps.
Because he's super clumsy.
He is a klutz.
Yeah.
What?
So that's how it's dark and gritty, because it's all a dream.
And it ends with a slow motion rendition of the Seinfeld theme.
No. You know what? No, as an homage to Zack Snyder, they'll end it with
With a bois?
No, with
With like Bruce Wayne running really fast to speak to him in his dream.
No, I was gonna say, like, as it fades out from the post-credit scene, they start playing The Times They Are, Change It by Bob Dylan
Oh
to
my
link it to
God.
Watchmen for some
Oh my
ungodly
God.
reason.
It just ends with the beginning of that funeral.
Yeah.
The comedian died in New York.
Okay, so now let's quite naturally flow into what we're going to talk about next, which is definitely on the same time of the podcast that we recorded this one.
Yes!
Yes.
We've got another live studio audience this week.
No, we're not recording the next episode yet.
Oh.
This is still the same episode.
Oh.
Thomas.
Oh, yeah?
Oh!
Yeah, because we didn't stop to record this because I forgot anything. Yeah. And then, last thing I want to talk about, you guys know how we've been like a little oversaturated with Batman, so they're like not putting him in any new things. They want to
Good.
keep him off the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Sounds like
it's like a
that's gonna
palate
stick.
cleanser, you know?
Yeah,
Before the
so-
new Batman
exactly.
comes in.
So what they've decided to do is re-release Christopher Nolan's whole Batman trilogy in IMAX.
Yeah. In the US.
In the US, yeah.
What for a theatrical
Yeah.
IMAX?
That's
Theatrical
fucking-
re-release in
that's fucking
IMAX.
cool.
Great.
Which is fucking cool. I'd love to watch that.
Hey man, it might come out. Who knows?
No, it won't come here. It won't come here.
Hey man,
We only got one IMAX.
Yeah, we've got the one IMAX.
Got the one screen.
sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, Martina watched Captain Marvel again with a friend last night.
Yeah. Same problem.
Sorry, last night, yesterday morning. Anyway, like they watched it
Recently.
again. Yeah, and yeah, the same thing. Like
Really?
the screen coming out, load shedding, the like fucking up the picture, like the screen tearing, like and like coming loose, and like the film, like they'd already restarted the film, and then the screen came loose, and then it took them a while to actually like while the film's running, like come in and like fix it. Peak
Cape-
Cape Gate, eh? All the way.
We should really road trip to Rowan's IMAX.
We should.
We
well,
should.
Skytrip.
Road trip in the sky. Jason, planes are just big cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason.
That fly.
Come on, Jason. You've been in a
Ew, I wouldn't
plane.
do that.
They ride
Yeah.
those air roads.
Into the highway.
Riding the air roads, baby, into the horizon together. Oh, our love will see us through, baby. Riding the airwaves with you.
Grabbies!